Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my aim is to inform people about the property world in the UK. So if you've come to this channel with that goal, then definitely consider subscribing to keep up to date with my new videos. For the last few months, I've seen properties come onto the market around the UK at ridiculous prices. And that's generally because of the artificial inflation created by the stamp duty holiday. The Chancellor Rishi Sunak announced the stamp duty holiday in an emergency budget on the 8th of July 2020 with immediate effect. What this meant is that first and second time buyers didn't have to pay any stamp duty up to the value of £500,000 on residential properties, but investors still had to pay the 3% surcharge on values up to that amount. In the 2019 to 2020 tax year, stamp duty land tax receipts totaled about £8.43 billion alone. So you're probably thinking, this is great, people are going to save loads of money on stamp duty. This is a good thing, right? Well, I've crunched some numbers and I wanted to share my thoughts with you. I will run through a few examples where I compare a hypothetical purchase prior to the stamp duty holiday and kind of now, and when I say now, I mean at December 2020, because that's the latest data that the Land Registry has released. We can't be certain what the data figures are today, as of March 2021, because the Land Registry publishes them about 3 months back. Example 1. Laura is a first-time buyer who wants to buy a flat at £205,600, which is the average price of a flat in the UK as of July 2020. According to the stamp duty rules prior to the stamp duty holiday, Laura would have paid no tax because the threshold was £300,000. So the total she would have paid is £205,600, excluding any fees. According to the House Price Index, prices between July 2020 and December 2020 for flats in the UK rose by about 3.99%, which in this case means that Laura would have paid £8,206 more in December than she would have paid in July. So now Laura has to pay £213,800 for the same property, so she's actually a bit worse off. Example 2. Dave is selling his one-bedroom flat in order to buy a bigger two-bedroom flat for £350,000. Dave is considered a second-time buyer, in which case he would have needed to pay stamp duty prior to the holiday, and that would have totaled about £7,500. This means that Dave's total expenditure on the flat would be £357,500 excluding any fees. During the holiday, so in December 2020 for example, Dave wouldn't have to pay any stamp duty up to the value of £500,000, so he saves that £7,500. That's great stuff. However, from our previous example, we know that flats on average in the UK have gone up by 3.99%. This means that Dave would now have to pay £363,965 for the same flat in December compared to £350,000 in July. So despite the saving of £7,500, he's actually about £7,000 worse off. Example 3. Mohammed and his family are first-time buyers looking to buy a 3-bedroom semi-detached property in London. The average price of a semi-detached property in London as of July 2020 was £595,600. This meant that Mohammed would have paid £14,780 in stamp duty prior to the holiday. This means that Mohammed's total expenditure on the property would have been £610,380, excluding any fees. By December 2020, Mohammed would have needed to pay £627,900 for the same property. Also, since the purchase price of £627,900 is above the tax-free threshold of £500,000, Mohammed needs to pay 5% of that difference. In this case, that's £6,395. So all in all, Mohammed is now paying £635,000 for that 3-bed semi-detached house, which means he's about £14,500 worse off compared to July. Okay, I'm going to stop there because I could probably analyze these figures all day.
Do this all day! Yeah, I got it all day too!
As you can see from those 3 examples, the stamp duty holiday has really inflated prices of properties, and unfortunately I think that a lot of people are paying a lot more than they really should. What this has essentially done is the increase in price has outweighed the saving you'd make had you bought prior to the stamp duty holiday. On the other hand though, in cases where there isn't any stamp duty payable, people would save that money that they normally kind of pay the stamp duty with, and they can use that to either buy furniture for their new home, or they can put that towards a bigger deposit to minimize the mortgage amount and kind of have smaller payments. So who doesn't actually win with this weird situation? Well, first-time and second-time buyers, because they're forced to overpay on properties which are likely to kind of drop in price next year, and the government, who are losing out on all that revenue from the stamp duty they're not receiving. So who wins in this situation? Investors, because they can take advantage of the price increases, they can sell off any properties that they have, wait for the prices to drop, and then buy at a lower price. And estate agents, because they're selling properties at higher prices, the office gets more money and people get paid higher commissions. Let me know in the comments what your thoughts are about all of this. Are you also seeing inflated prices everywhere? And if you have been going through the process of buying property, let me know how that's been going for you. Have you had a lot of competition, and has it been trickier? Sometimes things aren't always as great as they appear on the surface, so you've got to scratch a bit deeper just to get a better understanding of it. But now you can see that it's not as great as it all once looked. If you like the video, stamp on the like button thrice and it will teleport you to the subscribe button, which you might as well click while you're there. And thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you at my next video.